Hey, what's up guys, it's Theo from Fino Concept. So today we are going to create this simple flyer in Adobe Photoshop. So let's just get started.
Welcome to Fino Concept. Click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on any of our future videos.
Alright, so let's go ahead and open up our application. As always, I'm using Photoshop CC 2019 and I'll go ahead and select my own dimensions. So I'll go in here and change it to pixels and I'll set it to 2000 by 2000. I've already stated why I do this and I'll click on create. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is import an image. So I have an image right here. This is what I'm going to be using. You can use whatever image you want and you'll be able to change it at any point in time, of course. Alright, so what I'll do is, let me hide this for a second. I'll hold down Ctrl and press A. This is going to create a selection around my subject. Ctrl X to cut it out. Then Ctrl W to close this document up. Then once I'm back here, I'll hold down Ctrl and press V. So this is going to paste it in there. So with my move tool still selected, make sure that show transform controls is checked and just stretch it out to however you feel comfortable. So I think about this big should be just fine. Alright, now I right click on the image and go to convert to smart object. The reason why I do this is at any point in time I can just double click on this and just change the image without it affecting the work. So once I change the image, it's just going to show it. Let me just quickly show you. So let's just say I import probably one of these images. Let's just take this one for example, stretch it out, close it and save it up. You realize that it takes over from here. So that's basically what I'll be doing. Now the next thing is to go into the adjustment panel and click on solid color. Then I'll select any color I want. But for this job I'm going with a dark color, so a dark red color. So 7E, 0A, 0A and I'll click on OK. Then I'll go into the blend mode option here and select one which is okay for me. I think I'll go with multiply or darken, but I'm not so sure. So I think multiply should be okay, but it seems the color is too dark. So let's just crank it up to the top a little bit. I think somewhere around here should be just fine. And I'll click on OK. So now what we have to do is just add in our text. So first off, let's just grab the type tool. Make sure that our font color is set to white. Hold down Ctrl and press R to bring up the rulers. Then you can just click and drag towards the center like so. Now once you do that, just type in your information. So I'll go with Freaky, or you know what, let's just say Theolabi. This should be capital T. The font I'm going with is called Carbon. You can find the link in the description below. In case I don't forget, I'll have it there so you can download it in case you are interested. And you can also add in your logo. So I'll just quickly search it over here. It should be somewhere around here. I'll pick the white version and I'll just paste it in like so. So somewhere around here should be just fine. Alright, now once I have that, still using the type tool, I'm going to type in something like present. Now instead of making it so close, I'll go into window and click on character. This should pop up somewhere around here. Then where we have the V and the A stretching out, I'm going to increase the size to about I think 700 should be just fine, or probably 1000. Let's make it 1000. Sorry, not 100, 1000. Okay, so I'll stretch it out like so, and this is the effect we are getting. So I'm going to add in the rest of the information that is going to be the main information. So let's just say let's call it Freaky Party. So I'll start off with Freaky. I'll increase the font size to a lot. Let's just stick to 0 for now so that we can see everything close to each other. Then later on we'll change it if you so choose. Alright, now once I have that selected, I'll go into my font and select a font which looks like a stylish script or anything of that sort. I'm not so sure with which one I'm going to be using for now, so I'll just go through. You can pretty much also go through and see whichever works fine for you. This is looking nice, but I'll still just go through. So once I found one, I'll just let you guys know. Alright, so I had a couple of fonts to choose from, but I think this looks okay. So the name is you know what, I'm not going to try and mention it, but I'll try and leave a link in the description in case you guys want to download it. You can also do that. So this is going to be at the top. I'm going to increase the size to about 72 and click on OK. Then I'll type in the rest, so that is going to be party. Now the reason why I don't type them all together, as in once I click on this, I press enter and type in party, is because I want to be able to move these two separately without them being so close to each other or being in an awkward position. So I think a position around here should be just fine. I'll select both of them, use the move tool and try to place it at the center like so. Alright, now this is looking nice. I don't like the white color for the main text, so what I'll do is I'll just group this up, select both of them, holding down Control, hold down Control and press G to group them up, or you can just click and drag onto the third icon from the right. This is also going to group them up. Now once you have that, make sure that group is selected, go into FX and click on Gradient Overlay. Now once you are in Gradient Overlay, make sure that the opacity is set to 100%, blend mode is set to normal, and click on this rectangle right next to the gradient text. And I'll be selecting this preset from here, so it is orange, yellow, orange, and I'll click on OK. Then I'm going to play with the scale. I think around 100 should be just fine for me. The angle I'm going with about 45 degrees, and the style is always going to be radial for me. So if I go ahead and move this from side to side, you can see that this is the effect I'm getting. I think I'll reduce the scale a little bit, probably around 70 should be fine, and I'll have it moving in like so. I think something like this should be just fine. Now I'm also going to add in a drop shadow with an opacity of about 30. Now this is what I'm going to work on the most. I want to increase the size to about 100 without affecting the spread or the distance, so the drop shadow is just going to be around that area. And I'm going to also add in a stroke. So the stroke is going to be inside, and I'm going to increase the opacity to 100%, and the size I'm going to make it quite small, probably about 2 should be okay. And the fill type should be color. You can go ahead and select a dark color or a white color, whichever color you want, but I'll just be using the sort of light white yellow I have in there. Sorry, I'll be using the white color in there. I think about 1 should be just fine. So this is what I'm getting. If I just turn off the stroke, this is what it looks like. That's how the gradient looks like, and this is how the drop shadow also looks like. So basically we are moving forward. I'll grab the rectangle tool and I'll create a rectangle like so, and I'll use the move tool to stretch it out. So I'll have it one side over here and the other side will be over here. Now I'm going to apply the same gradient effect from here onto this one. So right click on this, go to copy layer style, right click on the rectangle and go to paste layer style. So that is going to affect it like so. I think I should just make some few changes. So I'll go back into the gradient and I will actually increase the size or the scale, sorry, and also just play around the movements like so. I think somewhere around here. So I think this is looking okay. I'll probably change the orange color to a much yellowish color. I think somewhere around here should be just fine. I'll copy this, so that's FFA F02. I'll copy that and I'll paste it on this other side to select. So I'll select that area, click on this, right click and go to paste, and I have this form of effect in there. So let's add in that rest of the information. So you can have something like date. So I'll use today's date, that is September 7th 2020, and I'll change the color to black. Obviously I'm not going to be using this font. Just go back to carbon and I'll reduce the size to whatever size that looks reasonable. So I think something like this should be just fine. About 18 points should be just fine. I don't like this. Let me make it 7th September instead. Alright, now I'm going with the bold version or semi-bold version. Let's try the bold first. I think the bold looks awesome, so that is what I'm going to be using. So basically that is it. There are a couple of other informations you can add in there, like the location, any important info you want to add in, some important contacts, you can also do well to add them in. Alright, so that's about it. As always, the PSD template is going to be linked below, so be sure to check it out. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like to watch more of our videos, hit that subscribe button, and as always, don't forget to share with your family and friends. This is Theo from Fino Concept, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.